Alright, in theory I'm streaming. I wonder, I have it unlisted. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect. Type me if you see or hear me. Zero watching. Okay. Test, test. So, frozen image. This shows a live image. Okay. So, camera. Okay, that's live. Which means you are not needed. Push shrink that down. Now. Zero watching, good. Good. My viewers are happy. Yes, I'm sure they're very happy. Zero watch. Okay. Video. So what am I doing? Reload. 30 seconds away. So, in theory, right now, I am quote unquote live. I'm going to make quotes so I can see how long it takes to get up there. Okay, so there's a 20-second delay. Good to know. Hey, I got a watcher. Hey, can you type me if you can hear me? This is going to be the best live stream that you have ever seen. Well, I guess I might as well do a little sculpting while I wait to see if anyone can see or hear me. I made a bigger sculpting tool. I didn't have a rake that was big enough before, so I went to the pottery store. I got this loop tool, and I used a Dremel tool to add these teeth to it. Hello, second watcher. Welcome. Ooh, Ginger, you can hear me. It's very exciting. There's a whole new world opening up here. What does my audio sound like? Is my question, because I could not get my professional mic to hook to my computer without kicking me off the internet. So I'm curious what. I don't even know what microphone is picking up my voice right now. I'm guessing my laptop mic. Hey Esper. Thanks for watching. Why aren't you watching Game of Thrones? What's wrong with you? You can hear clearly now, the rain is gone. Do, 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 do. Something, something, something in my way. Mostly ambient, huh? Okay. Well, I'm going to have to get a more technically inclined friend to figure out why my sound, why my cool mic isn't working. But hey, this is one step closer than I was last time. Esper's a French dude with no Game of Thrones before going to work? Sounds suspicious. I didn't read it in a French accent, so I don't know if I can actually believe that you're from France. Find some way to prove to me that you're from France. Tell me something only a French person would know. You can't see what I'm doing. Oh, what does that mean, Ginger? You can't see the sculpture? The sculpture's not updating, but my face is updating. That's what I'm guessing. Future Mutant, this stream is for not talking about Game of Thrones, and it's for me trying to figure out technical stuff that I'm really bad at. French fries were not invented in France, but I think freedom fries were invented in France. Okay, Ginger, when you say you can't see the sculpt, do you mean that there's no image down here, like in the main part of the window, or do you mean that it's just a still image? The sculpt pick is frozen. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see if I can figure out why that is, shall we? So, in my camera window, it shows it updating normally. In my OBS window, it shows it normally. And on YouTube it does not. So, is there a don't show things right option on YouTube? Oh, it's moving for me now. Is it moving for you? Fixed. Future Mutant, why, are you still asking, like, why am I streaming at all? Ah, it looks like it froze again. working great? Okay, cool. So you can see I'm adding a mask to the front of the forehead. See, what happened was my forehead was too thin. I had it angled inward, and my model here, the forehead goes out, not in. So I had to add to the sides, which ended up flattening. In profile, you're able to see that it was like super flat. So I need to keep that round. That's kind of a perennial issue with sculpting faces, is that as you adjust it, you need to keep going back and making sure that you've got that U shape all the way down. It's very easy to end up with flat faces. Esper, I'm sorry about all the pressure to prove that you're French, but I mean, it's a big claim. You know, they say extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And so, you know, anyone from anywhere, like say someone from Brazil or Portugal even, could come on and say, hey, I'm French, so I don't watch Game of Thrones before work. You know, how am I supposed to know that's true? I don't know. I titled the stream Game of Thrones because I know most people are watching Game of Thrones right now. Certainly all my friends are. And I enjoy irony. I'm not watching it, but it is on during Game of Thrones. So this is like, I'm competing with Game of Thrones. And I think you all agree that, all 6 of you watching right now will agree that what I'm providing is far better entertainment than any old Game of Thrones show. I mean, how often on Game of Thrones do they show someone sculpting for an hour? Very rarely. I think that was like once in season 2. So once I get the mass on there, I start shaving it down with my rake to smooth it out. Ginger, I am sculpting my wife Heather. I'm attempting to. And it's come closer and gone further away. And the closer it gets to her, the more she hates it. And the further away it gets from her, the more she likes it. Girls. Go figure. Future Mutant, do you watch Game of Thrones? Do any of you guys watch Game of Thrones? Well, I think she's beautiful. She thinks she's ugly. You know how it is. She's definitely got angles where she's beautifuler and somewhere she's less beautifuler. But I find that endearing. I like both. She reminds me of a fairy. She's got very slender proportions and she's very small. And so that's why I'm sculpting her with little fairy ears, and I'm going to give her some wings. Right now the sculpture is kind of unnerving with the flat eyes, but yeah, I had to go in and I had them detailed, and I found that having them that detailed was distracting me from getting the proportions right, which I've talked about on videos before. But you know, half of the teaching I do in my videos is reminding myself of the basics. So I often fall into the same traps. Ginger, you disconnected from cable. Congratulations. I wouldn't mind doing that. Well, I don't know. Do you have Netflix and like all those, streaming services? There's an awful lot of really good shows on in the past couple of years. Oh, it just looks like our eyes are closed? Yeah, let's go with that. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and make that the reality real quick, just until I can come back and detail them and make it less disturbing. Alright, Esper, let's see what you got. You learned the basic principles of sculpting in the Emile Cohen School of Art in Lyon. Oh, wow, that's a pretty French claim. You're right. The sun is just about to shine on Fierville Cathedral. Okay, I believe you. You're French. I've never been to Europe. I want to go so bad. I've never seen real, Gothic cathedrals, real ruins, real castles. I build those things all day for my job, but I've never actually seen real ones. It's really awful. I need to do something about that. Cool. Yeah, Netflix and YouTube pretty much has you mostly covered. I have Hulu as well. There's a couple shows that I just like. Community was only on Hulu, and that's like one of my favorite shows ever. There were a couple others. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Esper. Good luck at work. It's so weird that people are leaving for work on Monday morning right now. I think those proportions are getting closer. I feel like sometimes it's hard to tell with the lighting and any individual picture. That's why it's good to have lots of pictures, but I feel like there's probably more of a mass right in the middle lower forehead than I have here, because I can kind of see a shadow there. Some of these pictures are really bad because I was telling her, I was like, do this pose. I want your head tilted and looking up and smiling and looking, and so they're kind of awkward in some places, but that's all right. It mostly gets the job done. Yeah, here you can tell the forehead definitely has some mass before it gets to the bridge of the nose there. It's Sunday night in AZ. Let's see, that's not Australia. I'm guessing that's Arizona. I'm in Seattle, so it is also Sunday night here. Hey, here's a test while I still got 6 of you here. I'm going to put on some music in the background, and I want you to tell me, does it, like, overwhelm things? Is it annoying? Can you still hear me well? Etc., etc. I've heard streams with music and then without, like art streams. Most art streams, there's music, but then most art streamers don't talk as much as me, so I don't know how to approach that. So we'll do some tests. We'll experiment. See what happens. Not bad? Cool. Look at this cool little owie I got on my thumb. It's like bleeding underneath the nail, and every time I press on the nail, a little bit of blood squishes out. Pretty fun. When I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, I injured I think it was the same thumbnail, and it, after a couple weeks, it actually died and fell off. And when I I was pulling it off, kind of like you would pull out a tooth, and when it finally popped off, I had this nice little gushing bloody wound, and I thought that was so cool, so I drew a picture with my blood on a napkin. I think it was like an astronaut on Mars or something, and my teacher got really freaked out and threw it away. I was really mad. And since then, I've done no blood portraits. I've been working on this piece on and off for probably 6 or 7 years, and yeah, can't wait to finish it. I think I'm going to do a tutorial for how to do fairy wings when it's done, because I want to do kind of a stained glass look. Here, let me show you my reference. I'm doing like the style I want to do is kind of an Art Nouveau look, and then for the wings I want to do like a stained glass, and got all these pictures of Art Nouveau wings and styles. Heather's favorite flowers are poppies, so I was going to do, here they are. I was going to do a poppy inspired wing of some sort. Yeah, that'll be fun. You want the music louder? Alright, we'll make it a party in here. So would you say that my voice was like quite a bit louder to the music, to the point where you felt like you had to turn it up to hear the music, or if you turned it down so my voice is normal, then the music is way too low? That's what I'm guessing it is. Tell me if these levels sound better. Oh no! I think my camera died. Let's see if this fixes it. That's not what I want. Alright. Let's see if this fixes it. Learning technical things is the worst! Okay, camera, yes. That's the one I want. Oh, did that do it? Can't tell. Yes, that did. I'm live streaming right now. Why? Oh. Yeah, I'll probably be wrapping this up soon. I got an air bubble trapped in this new part I added on there, so I just kind of need to stab down into it and then re-squash it around. Not with this thumb. So see, I carved teeth onto one side of this, and the other side I left smooth, so that I can go in and get a better idea of what the actual surface looks like without the grain on there. Definitely not at the stage where I'm ready to just do, to finish it, but every once in a while I need to step back and look at it more smooth. Ginger, you're asking, do I have a set time of the week to a live stream? Not yet. I've been trying to figure out the technical elements of it first, but I think I definitely want to have a regular time to do it. I just needed to make sure I could do it. And I don't know, what time would work best for you? I'd like to know in general, just from anyone. Oh, and the music is Caravan Palace is the name of the band. Let's see, this album is called Panic. There you go. I discovered this band because this song is the intro to a podcast that I like called You Are Not So Smart, which is all about various cognitive biases and other foibles that all humans are given to. And I still do not have the corners of the mouth right at all. See how this line goes like that way and then down? And I just have this one long kind of crescent arc. Either dang or bang works equally well when it comes to my thumb injury. Yeah, their Caravan Palace is pretty much a big band techno mashup band. That's what they do. It's fun. Hi, Amy. What's your story, Amy? Why are you not watching Game of Thrones? Don't tell me because you're French. That excuse has already been used once tonight. Oh, not old enough to watch it. Okay. That's a good reason. I do not let my kids watch it either. Actually, so there's a new service called VidAngel, which will filter TV shows and movies and stuff like that, any of them that they've set up for it. So if you have a streaming device like a Roku or on your whatever, your tablet, whatever, you could get VidAngel, and your parents could set it up so that it cuts out everything they don't like nudity and sex and violence. And although I suppose if you cut out the violence of Game of Thrones, there would be pretty much nothing left. So yeah, we watch it with our teenage son with the sex stuff filtered out, just because it'd be awkward to watch it with that, right? Plus, honestly, it doesn't add that much to the show. They don't care about what you read, but what you watch. That's funny. There's definitely a bias about books being, smart and educational and whatever. No matter what, if you're reading words, it's not quite as naughty, but depends on the kids. Do you read a lot of fantasy books, Amy? My favorite fantasy book I've read recently is The Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. I love the world in that book. Well, those two books. I guess the third one just came out. I need to read that. Okay, we got 10 watchers. Anyone who wants to let me know when is your favorite time to watch streaming, please type me below so I know, because I literally have no idea when the best time to do this is. I'm guessing not during the grand finale of Game of Thrones, so I'm ruling that out. But other than that, like, is it weeknights? Is it afternoons? Probably depends on what part of the world you live in. Is Name of the Wind, is that another Sanderson book? Sounds familiar. Is that the third one? I don't know. The first one was Way of Kings, right? And the second one was Stormlight? No, Stormlight Archives is the whole thing. I'm so confused. I'll look it up later. If you're interested in learning how to write, Brandon Sanderson and three or four of his friends have a really great podcast called Writing Excuses. And there's like 12 seasons of it now. It's so good. I've learned a ton. I've been trying to write my first novel, and yeah, it's super helpful and inspiring. Name of the Wind is by Patrick Rothfuss. Okay. I'm trying to remember how I've heard about it. I might look that up on my Audible. I've got a couple credits on there. I need to get some stuff. Wow, you guys, this is amazing. Like, when I started this, 45 minutes ago, I had no idea how to get this closer to Heather. And after adding bulk to the front of the forehead and bringing the bridge up higher, see, she's got a really prominent nose. You can see the distance, right, between like where the cheek ends and where the bridge of the nose is. It's really long. And so after adding that, it just really brought it to life. Got me way closer. Those little breakthroughs that you get from time to time, so delicious. It makes arting so fun. I'm trying to figure out how to do the corners of the mouth right now, because there's a line that goes down from the kind of dimple area that goes kind of almost straight down, but then there's also one that cuts down towards the chin. So there's some real subtle wrinkling going on there that I gotta capture. Oh, thanks, Ginger. Yeah, I hope it's getting more like her. It's doing portraits is just, it's so exhilarating and infuriating at the same time, because there'll be times where I'll capture one area of the face and feel like I've got it, but then another area is not right, and when I fix that other area, then it ruins the other, the first place that I thought I had it. I think that's one of the reasons that I've been working on this for so long, is I'll just put it down for a year or two, and I'll just sheer frustration, and then I'll come back to it later. Oh man, too bad the French guy's gone. He could have translated that, and that would prove that he was French. Oh, look at that. There's that eyebrow thing where, okay, so she's looking up like that, and she's actually arching her eyebrow a little bit more than that one, which I think has been kind of throwing me off, but I think if I capture that, that'll really help. Yeah, so I've tried doing both celebrities and family. So, have family, in a way, it's a lot easier because you actually have the 3D representation there that you can access, which is very helpful. Problem with doing celebrities or strangers is that you only have pictures to go off of, and pictures always are done with different kind of cameras and different lenses with different focal lengths at different angles. So like getting good source material is really hard for that. Like when I was doing this, I was trying to do Jennifer Connelly for years and years, and like there were times where I felt like I was closer than I ended up where it's at now, but like 80% of the face I felt was just right, and then the other 20% was just so wrong, and I kept redoing and going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and eventually I just had to say, enough, it's what it is. And yeah, some people say it looks like her, so I'll take that as a win. Yeah, the nice thing about doing a 2D portrait is that you can, I mean, if you're having serious problems, you can literally trace, and then you'll know exactly where it is. You still got to get the subtle in-between areas right. Thanks, Ginger. I've got a tutorial on my channel about how I did the finish on her. At some point, I want to mold and cast her in real bronze, but I've never done real bronze before. Yep. My camera keeps shutting off. I gotta figure out why it does that. But anyway, that's probably good for a stream for tonight. I will continue to figure out when is a good time to do this. I'll probably test a couple nights out and see what kind of numbers I get, and go with the one where I get the most numbers. So, thanks everyone for watching and hanging out. It was fun. I love getting to know you guys, and yeah, hopefully you can stop by next time too. Alright, now, give me about 30 seconds to fumble around and figure out how to actually shut the stream off. Wish me luck. Stream health is good. Okay. Must be in OBS. Stop streaming. There it is. Okay. Bye, everyone.